are live. This is the market update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this new YouTube channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live, or if alerts are not working, stay tuned on my Twitter. I'm going to tweet out every time we go live. Naturally, if the content works for you, hit the like button. Okay. If the content works for you, leave a comment. If the content doesn't work for you, leave a comment. Okay. Share with your friends. Tell them the market update is back. It is back. Okay. Lawn Shark, first on the stream. Raj, welcome. A lot more crypto is here. Christopher Cotta, Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to all of the readers and listeners. Danny Wilkinson, Gene is here with some notorious love. Thank you. Ron from Amsterdam. Reverend Flashback. I recognize that name, right? Llama Sun, 2 market updates to end the notorious year. Cheers from Italy. Yes, by the way, on Wednesdays and Fridays, the Gold Retriever community gets a special no holds bar webinar, very similar to the private group webinar I did at my other company. So if you want special content, make sure you join the Gold Retriever Telegram group, right? It's going to be a unique offering where you're going to get research inside of a token project. Okay. The Fuzz Crypto is here. Crypto Lion, hit the like and subscribe. Okay. Let's talk about something that I'm getting a ridiculous amount of traction on TikTok, right? Daydream, thanks for 2022. You're welcome, sir. Glad to see you back. Okay, now let's talk about FTX and SBF. What is the rest of the world doing? Very effectively, by the way, I have to admit, I'm a little jelly. Okay, they're talking about what has happened, right? Like, you know, how much real estate did he have? Who's controlling the real estate? What funds got embezzled? I get it. It's just awesome news. It makes awesome news content. It's like a soap opera. It's addictive. I got that. But this is the market update. So how does SBF, how does FTX affect the market? Brick Dreams here from Eastern Europe. Welcome. How does it affect the market? Okay. So let's start with the first thing. And I've been talking about this, and it's already started happening. That all of FTX, Caroline and friends, they're going to they've already cut deals to roll over on Sam. Okay. So the government is going to try to pin this whole thing on SBF. Right. The whole thing. Now, that's going to serve multiple purposes. Okay. It's going to distract everyone from the fact that Sam was putting money in the pocket of every government official. And if you think the Hunter Biden story was big, Sam is going to be bigger. And I'm going to go into the details, or what I perceive to be the details. Because in research, you get paid for imagination. So they buried the Hunter Biden laptop story. And I don't care what political affiliation you have. It doesn't matter. Whatever was on that laptop, you didn't hear about. What you are going to hear about is what is on SBF's laptop, or FTX's, internal chats and messages, text messages, etc. What was it like to work at FTX? Like everyone seems to act like everyone's thinking in like 2 dimensions, right? Like FTX just pushed the button, stole everyone's money, and got caught all in the same week. That's not true, right? FTX had a plan that they worked through for a while to talk crypto with regulators, right? Like, I don't know if you just call up the SEC and say, hey, Gary, let's talk about crypto. That must have been a process that occurred over time, not to mention campaign contributions, right? There was a midterm election and a presidential election in 2020. The question about the presidential election in 2020 isn't who won or who lost, it's who got paid. And everybody is wondering about a certain person's tax return. What about SBF's tax return? Huh? How about that? Right? In other words, the media, as usual, is focused on the wrong thing. First, they were focused on the fact that the dollar was invincible. That was bunk. And I had to pound the table on that for like 2 weeks before getting vindicated. And that was tough, right? Now, I'm suggesting the media is focused on all the wrong stuff. Now, they're starting to turn it around, right? Like Bloomberg is like, Sam Bankman-Fried met with White House aides on crypto policy right before the collapse. Well, no duh, right? Now, the question is, what White House aides, right? Okay, so here's the last name of one guy. Okay, one guy. So are you trying to tell me that only one guy at the White House knew about this? Only one guy at the White House was taking money, campaign contributions, expensive dinners. Oh, how about trips to the Bahamas? How about hotel and credit card records? FTX had to have a corporate account, right? So when the SBF laptop, credit card receipts, cell phone, Slack, Telegram, whatever, how many people is this guy going to roll over on? Well, he's going to roll over on everybody because his lawyers are going to look at prosecutors and are like, you know what, guys? You guys try to pin this all on my client. We're taking everybody down. Everybody. And it may be like mutually assured destruction. They're going to try to lock him up away for life. And his final shot on the way out is to take everybody who was complicit in this, because you cannot have fraud at this scale in the financial industry without regulators knowing about it, especially since he took over a publicly traded company in Robinhood. Are you telling me that these guys bought a publicly traded company that files documents with the SEC on a regular basis, just like every other publicly traded company, and no one looked into this? So either you got like gross negligence, incompetence, corruption, or all three. Now you're like, Bill, why are you going on about this? Well, because these regulators, these people who are anti-crypto, they're going to have no credibility. They were, the SEC was after Uniswap. Well, at one point, seriously, they were. I remember reading it on some crypto legal, first name's Jake. I don't have the last name. Doesn't come to mind. He's like, why are they after Uniswap? This was a long time ago. Well, they're after Uniswap because these guys were in everybody's pocket a long time ago. Now, Uniswap and the decentralized crypto universe, the government's going to look at that and say, oh, yeah, no, that's not tax evasion or blah, 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 blah. That's, not nuking banks. Oh, by the way, speaking of banks, how much trouble are these regulators that were, or these government officials who were taking money from FTX? How much trouble are they going to be in if there's a bank failure because of FTX? Okay. Lender of last resort has begun. So this is the discount window, the last place to get a loan, and no one will give you a loan at the Fed. It used to actually be a window that you would knock on and go up to when the whole financial district was located in downtown New York. So obviously in 2008, everyone needed a loan. In COVID, everyone needed a loan. And now what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Can you imagine a bank failure in legacy? Can you imagine the FTX situation bleeding over into legacy? Or maybe there's just a legacy blow up. Who knows? But if there's a legacy blow up over FTX, what happens to the government officials who are complicit in this? They are screwed. The entire centralized world of crypto is going to be under a massive microscope forever. Right? Exchanges will be separate and highly regulated. All venture capital groups associated, like, your Coinbase Ventures, your Binance Labs or whatever, there's no way those entities are going to even, there's no way they're going to be connected if they exist at all. They're coming down on the centralized world. So if you've got decentralized protocols like GLDN or any decentralized instrument, Uniswap, for example, those are going to be the winners. And when the regulators come down on the centralized world, people are going to realize that the decentralized world of crypto is where it's at. Because after all, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a decentralized peer-to-peer system. Okay. So everybody thinks that this is negative, but when the fact of the matter is the crypto regulators who viewed crypto in a negative way, or the decentralized aspect of crypto in a negative way, which includes Ethereum. Like this whole bullshit that, oh, I can't buy Ethereum or I can't buy this or that because of regulators. No, the regulators have a much bigger problem. One, they're all getting fired. Two, they're going to go to jail. Three, they're going to get sued. And all these anti-crypto guys, Gensler and all that, all those policies were based on the fact that somebody was putting money in their pocket. That's over. These anti-crypto guys, they're going to get, the next people who come in are going to be like, wait a minute, you were attacking Ethereum while you let the system melt down, which affected a legacy bank? Are you kidding? Their ideas are over. Their ideas were bearish crypto. Everybody is bearish crypto because they think this is bearish. It's not bearish. If anything, it's bullish. Like FTX has freed crypto from at least the first round of negative crypto regulators. Like, don't be surprised if after all is said and done, after all these guys get carted off, Crypto Mom comes to the forefront. I'm hoping she wasn't taking money. I think the guys who were negative on the decentralized world were the ones who were taking money. In any case, those guys are gone. The thumbnail on this stream is, should you worry? No. Everyone is worried. The media is worried. What have we learned about the media? Fade the media. JP Stanley says, I scooped up some Solana at $10, ready to layer in as we go lower. Ace Crypto, love from Kuwait. Okay. Brick Dream says, governments and their reckless decisions is the big risk in 2023. I agree. Policy error from the Fed. Talking tough on rates blows up the bond market. This is like going to a different topic. The Fed talks tough, hikes rates. Meanwhile, there's a study that's been released that Americans can make certain states, you can make more money being unemployed than you can working. That's still the case. They're paying people to stay home. They're easing. They're doing universal basic income in anticipate of the much talked about topic, which is probably going to be on every thumbnail for the next month when they get done with SBF, which is AI and any potential job displacement that occurs because of AI. So they're already printing. They're handing out money to stay home, and they're printing money at the discount window. So who the hell's going to listen to Jerome Powell and all this tough talk about tightening? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. At some point, right? Like everyone's like, oh, if you read all the legacy research reports, oh, it depends on the Fed, right? And oh, we're not gonna have, we're gonna have a recession, but it'll be, mild. I think it's binary. Either we don't have a recession, which is what Goldman is saying, or the recession, the oopsie daisy, the problems are bigger than anybody thinks. And what everyone wants in 2023 is commodities, gold, silver, and at times crypto. And I think smart money is going to be looking to trade this right out of the gate. And here's why. Okay. I just got done telling the Gold Retriever guys about this. It's a book by Lawrence Lindsay, a former Fed governor. It's a fictional book about how, China basically uses the Chinese yuan to try to take down the dollar. And this is happening now. Gold Telegraph says the maximum possible share of the yuan in Russia's wealth fund doubled to 60%. and they're going to add up to 40% in gold. And here's the thing that got my attention. Here it comes. Right. So Satoshi's vision, right? Decentralized money. Okay. Getting outside the banking system. Getting outside the banking system. Sound money, hard money, gold. Okay. GLDN, decent rally last night, coming back. The former ceiling is now the floor for the moment. Silver, right? Consolidating, looking to go to 27. Let's go to altcoins. Okay. Ethereum. Okay. 5-wave structure on the way down. This puke today was a 5-wave lower. You're going to be dealing with these wicks all weekend. All weekend. Stop fishing exercises. So this is a transition. This is a transition into, you know, how do you trade 2023? Like, what do you do? How does this work? Well, the first thing you do is you let everybody come in and sell Bitcoin. You let everybody come in, and whoever's got to get out of Bitcoin, whoever is not seeing the big picture, you know, let them sell. They may sell over the weekend. They may sell January 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I don't know. You know, it could be the payroll number. Just let them sell it. Right. You want to be down there on the dip when the short sellers are the most extended, right? When you hear, oh, so-and-so liquidated, or, you know, massive FUD about something, you'll know. Smart money is waiting. Smart money is not going to wait to trade this. They're not going to wait. And these wicks in Ethereum are telling you that. Now, let's go to Solana, because I know people obviously are interested. And of course, the big question is, you know, are layer ones and Ethereum competitors a buy? Now, before I came up with this theory about SBF and the decentralized world being, I don't know, more being sort of off the regulatory hook. Can I say it that way? Being off the regulatory hook. I would have said no to should you buy Solana. Now, looky. Okay. So I just did some hidden pivot analysis on the fly. Okay. So some on the fly hidden pivot analysis. Let's see if we can make it look a little bit better with like an 8-hour chart. No, let's try the 4-hour chart. So like straight up, like I did not have this drawn, and I had support at $9.30. And I remember Wendy O saying now's a good time to add Solana. Good for her. I met her once. She's smart. Like she's got the look, she's got the LA look, but don't let that fool you. She knows what's up. I remember a tweet from her saying, "Hey, I'm buying Solana here." She had a different looking chart, but doesn't matter. Okay. So would I have been interested in this before I came up with the SBF theory, and that got major traction on TikTok? Like massively. Like I had 86,000 views on one idea, and then I had 14,000 views on another idea, which is the SBF laptop, because no one is talking about this, right? And no one's talking about how it's going to benefit the decentralized universe. So my attitude was, you know, F these Ethereum killers and the horse they rode in on, right? F them. But now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like, here's a shocker. Ready? I'm going to actually write it on the chart. Remember this? Anybody remember Web3? Yeah, Web3. Remember when everybody was talking about Web3? Yeah, that's when you should have been selling. It's sell in May and go away. Now nobody is talking about Web3. Matter of fact, this makes me motivated to bring up Avalanche. Let's bring up Avalanche. I'm just kind of wondering, wouldn't it be pretty funny if, I don't know, I don't want to be stupid, but I'm kind of wondering what would happen if you had like a pop-up alt season. I don't even know if that's a responsible thing to say on TV, but I just said it. Okay. So I don't know what kind of things I can draw here. Okay. So I'm not getting much that would hit at a bottom in Avalanche. I mean, that's close. And that's not unrealistic. A lot of times with hidden pivot analysis, you want to draw it off some spike high. So I don't know. I can draw it. There was support at 1037 and it held to the number. So I know people like PowerPoint, but I didn't do PowerPoint today, and it may be more effective just to do this on the fly so people can see how the TA gets done so they know I'm not making shit up. Okay. Also interesting to note that on this 89-minute chart, you had massive new lows in Avalanche and higher lows in a 13-period RSI. So how about this? Everybody's selling Bitcoin over the weekend. Meanwhile, this shit just takes off. Okay. Crypto crazy, late to the party. Love the TA on the spot. Wrong again. Filled my orders under 1,200. I'm comfortably, patiently waiting. Love it. Okay. Serban is here. What do you think about the AI hype? Is this the next thing or just institution trying to unload bags on us? Okay, this is a good point. Slight digression. Okay, so let me take this off the screen and just let's talk about AI. Okay, first of all, I think when it comes to AI, you got to read like informed books. And I think I took Techno Socialism out, but let's put it back in. So I think when you read about AI, you got to read stuff like this. Techno Socialism, and basically how AI will lead to printing of money. Universal basic income, it's already happening. Americans can make money by staying home. And there's academic papers showing it, which was released right before, and I featured that in the GLDN private stream. That was for them only. AI equals printing money. So the more prevalent AI becomes, the more money they have to print. That's kind of an intermediate long-term thing. Now, in crypto, of course, because there's always bullshit in crypto, right? Every, Binance Smart Chain token is going to rebrand themselves as AI, and people don't realize that AI requires massive amounts of data. Machines can't learn without massive data. So anybody who's going to say, "Oh, well, our S coin has got AI now," don't fall for that. Okay, it's a hot news topic. It's here. It's going to get bigger. The first company that figures out how to replace business analysts or spreadsheet jockeys with AI, that's just going to be a rolling theme, big threats to big companies. And, that and SBF will give the media an adequate amount of disaster porn for all of next year. Whatever. Okay. You got to be informed about this because of how it's going to affect monetary and fiscal policy, social disorder, and the organization of society. In my mind, it favors crypto. This guy, Brett King, presented at Consensus. I saw it. He asked the crypto world, crypto is about FOMO and about, making tons of money. What are you guys going to do that contributes to the world and this new world? Now, of course, when I'm talking about this in the Gold Retriever webinar and we're doing, gold, commodities, and water, then we've already answered that question. But don't fall for, Don't fall for some pump off XYZ coin adds AI to their model, right? It was like in 2017 where everybody had to give all publicly traded companies had to state their blockchain strategy in an earnings call or the stock would go down. Same's going to be happening with AI. Don't fall for this. Don't fall for this. Okay. Okay. So crypto is not just speculation. It's about property rights and provable ownership. True. True. So I didn't agree with what Brett King was saying. He was kind of challenging the crowd, right? And of course, these guys all work on shock value. And of course, we all know crypto goes way beyond that, which is what the whole first part of the stream was about, right? And in terms of the technical analysis, again, if you've got Web3 hitting support and rallying at the point where everybody is doing tax loss selling. I mean, look at this in Avalanche. I mean, this thing hit the exact number, turned around and went higher. Okay. We haven't done a ton of TA, but that could have been the final puke down for a while, right? I mean, let's see what happened in Polkadot. Okay, so this is Polkadot 89-minute, and we're just going to try to draw. We're going to see what kind of hidden pivot analysis we can draw here and see if it means anything. Okay, so not there. Okay, so not there either. Okay, so there it is. Let me see if I can draw this again. Nope. Okay, there it is. All right, let's try it again. Okay, there it is. So here it is. This is Polkadot 89-minute. Of course, the real geniuses in this hidden pivot method, what they do is, they can figure out the high upticks and they're down here waiting for it at the absolute low. So Polkadot did a double bottom. What level was this? 422? $4.22 for Polkadot. It's like such a fucking shocking number, right? I think the AVAX target was 1037. Okay. I mean, and this is a legitimate high uptick. I mean, this is where the give up trade started from in Polkadot, right? There was the FTX Avalanche lower. There was one bounce and it just bled out. And you can tell by the way this thing is trading, even though the percentage gains are not exactly huge, it's going green. It's trying to go green off this level. And of course, again, the divergence is here, right? You had new lows or similar lows in price, which stochastics have been going the other way since the 28th. So the tax loss selling in Web3 may be done. Now, of course, 89-minute charts don't have much of a shelf life, but the end of tax loss selling does. And if I can sit here and draw, okay, let's say it's decent. It's not like, oh, it's amazing. But frequently in TA, the best stuff is the stuff that's not obvious. Triangles, pennants, head and shoulders. Yeah, that stuff's good in legacy. But the reason I use hidden pivot analysis in crypto is for this reason. Mr. Moby Dick is here. Welcome. Welcome. As a reminder, if the content is working for you and you are on this stream, hit the like button. I don't want to say it's not optional, but it's not optional. You got to hit it, man. You got to hit it. We got to grow. We got to make it happen. Let's do it. Okay. Now let's just get bonkers. Let's look at Zcash. You know, in some ways, it was my heartbreaker. In other ways, I said I really liked privacy. I wanted privacy to go up. Then the SEC came out and attacked proof of stake. And then I was like, well, can I take the heat? And I backed off the narrative in favor of gold retriever. Okay, gold retriever went up, came back down, and is now holding its own, particularly relative to the rest of the market. Okay, Zcash. Okay, half decent hidden pivot analysis. You know, they did 2 thrusts through the target, and the target was 37.4. Now, let's go to a weekly chart. So let's go to 2 weeks actually. So this is Zcash 2 week. Each bar is 2 weeks. I mean, let's just see if there's anything relevant going on here in terms of like support or resistance. Okay. The entire bull market in this started in 2020 around 30. So if you look at this, okay, also the fact that if you look at Zcash on the Williams oscillator, okay, it's back at 0. Like if regulators are distracted, or if the government comes for your money or whatever, privacy may matter. And when the Williams oscillator gets close to 0, just like it did here in August when Zcash went to 80 and then went to 30, these signals matter, right? They matter. So Zcash, you know, on a 2 week chart currently, no, it's not exactly trading like a champion. I'm interested again. I mean, let's put it this way. If I'm interested in Solana and AVAX, I am sure as shit interested in Zcash. And of course, the lower Tesla goes, even though I got the trade location wrong on Doge. I mean, I have no idea how Musk is going to save himself from the onslaught of, like, you know, I don't know, they're doing something with the electric, the electric battery tax credit. They're trying to just destroy him. Right now, Doge sucks. I thought it was bump and run and it went lower. I don't understand how Elon saves himself without turning to crypto. Let's just go to Tesla. Okay. Let's go to Tesla on DeMark. So we've been talking about this on the stream, right? Tesla on the daily chart, you know, the sequential work is not good, but the D wave is, right? The D wave says that this is a 5-wave climax for a move that started all the way back in November. No, I'm sorry, for a move that started all the way back in September. Here, August 15th. So, you know, interesting that Tesla's D wave hints at the end. Now, is it the end? I don't know. I think Elon's going to have to come up with a positive catalyst. So the tax loss selling is done. The support at 110 held. What's his next trick? There's some rumor that he was short Bitcoin on his balance sheet. I don't know, man. They got to hedge Tesla stock with something. So they were, I wouldn't blame them if they were short some high beta instrument. But Elon's next stunt has to be Doge, right? Wrong Again says Twitter will go multimedia, try and bring free speech to video. God, wouldn't that be awesome? Right. JP Stanley says, I've already started DCAing into Solana, DOT, and Near, looking to start accumulating Avalanche and Link. Okay. All right. So let's sum it up. Whatever the media thinks is wrong. Just fade the media. Seriously. I mean, there's a chapter in the technical analysis textbook that I read when I was 21 that said, never trade with the newspaper. Fade the media. Dollar going up forever. Bloomberg Business Week magazine, dollar index at 111, dollar index now below 104. You know, SBF's head as a Roman emperor in laying in the sand, crypto empire dead on the same magazine at the bottom with Bitcoin at 16K. Everybody bearish crypto. Fade the media. No one talking about the Chinese yuan. Nobody talking about the geopolitical situation. Nobody talking about commodities. Some people are talking about gold, but everyone's more talking about, oh my God, AI, gizmo, this or that. That's not what's getting traded in January. So even if I'm wrong, even if I'm wrong about the themes, which, you know, I'm kind of betting that I'm not because I'm a high conviction guy, right? So one of the things at Wall Street that people liked about analysts and about me is that I had a view. The worst thing you can do at Wall Street is have a view. The second worst thing you can do at Wall Street is have a view and not implement it correctly and make money if you were right. Being wrong, you're wrong. But if you're right and don't make money, then you're fired. So having a view is good. Whatever your view is, whatever homework you do, I can tell you this. Smart money is coming out of the gate in 2023 to trade the view that no one's talking about. Everyone's talking about FUD. They're going to trade a crypto bullish rally. That's my bet. And I think commodities are going to go with it because we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the war in Ukraine. And all the media wants to talk about is a former president's tax return. Smart money out of the gate in 2023, right? If you don't know what to do, well, wait for smart money to do it. And when smart money comes in, you'll know. And you can jump on that. So that's my plan. Tell us your plan in the comments below. We will see you on Monday.